The boss AI will need to know which players are within range so a target can be selected to shoot at. A perimeter trigger will be used to detect players who enter and leave the trigger. Add perimeter trigger. Add a trigger to the boss damageable object and rename it to shoot perimeter. Scale the trigger so it covers the room. When scaling the trigger, make sure to cover the big room with the boss. You can make the trigger bigger than the room, but do not overlap the starting room where the player spawns. So this little area here where the player spawns. So if we fly out here, this is where we're spawning, is in this room here. And so our trigger is gonna cover all of this, but not that. Okay, so if we go to core content, search trigger, and this is what we want, we'll drop that trigger. And first it said it wants us to rename the trigger to shoot perimeter. Copy that. A shoot perimeter. Guess I didn't get that part. And then, so we can't actually, or yeah, we can see our trigger. Okay. So there's two ways to scale it. You have scale over here. So you can scale it up 5 by 5 by 5. So that's scaling it like a box. But a faster way to do it is if you push R, that's gonna be the scale hotkey, and then you can just grab the middle and drag it. And so we can grab it and drag it till it's about the right size. Yeah. So let's drag it up till it's about more middle. R. Oh, sorry. Control Z. I pushed W to move it. So W is move the object, R is scale the object, E is rotate object. So WER. W, we'll move it up, and we'll do R, we'll scale it down a bit. It's probably okay if it's over the top, but we want to move it so it's about here. And then scale it wider. And always check your 3D dimensions when scaling. You probably want to make it a little bit bigger than the room here. And we'll come out of the room here a little ways to move it over. Okay. Can check where is it at here. Bring it down a bit just so it's the box is covering. So yeah, that looks like it's close to the edge of the wall. Okay. Create AI activity handler. In this section, you will be create. In this section, you will create the AI for the boss. The boss needs to transition between different states depending on what is happening in the game. You will use an AI activity handler that will have two activities for handling the idle and shoot states. See AI for more information about the AI activity handler. Open the AI debugger from the window menu. Select the boss damageable object in the hierarchy. Click Create New Handler in the AI debugger window. Rename the new activity handler. Excuse me. Rename the new activity handler in the hierarchy to Boss AI Handler. When the activity handler is created, you will be able to create activities with a script that will be registered with the handler. Okay, so AI debugger from the window menu. That is up here is window AI debugger. Okay. It says select the boss damageable object in the hierarchy. Click Create New Handler in the AI debugger window. Rename the activity handler in the hierarchy to Boss AI Handler. Copy that. So, yeah, now it's losing me because I haven't done this before. Select the boss damageable object and create a new handler. So, selected the boss damageable object, create new handler, and we'll name it what it said, Boss AI Handler. Okay. Okay, so now it dropped it down here to the Boss AI Handler. So now we have, as a child under the Boss damageable object, the Boss AI Handler. With the activity handler created, you'll be able to create activities with a script that will be registered to the handler. Okay, so now we're going to create a new script. In this section, we'll be creating the script that will handle the AI for the boss. Create Boss AI Server script. Create a new script called Boss AI Server. Place the script Boss AI Server as child of Boss AI Handler in the hierarchy. So we want it to be called Boss AI Server. Copy. Oops. So we'll create new script. We'll call it that. Paste Boss AI Server, or was it Handler? I said Handler. No, Boss AI Server. Okay. I mean, it really doesn't matter. You can name your scripts whatever you want, but because of it being a tutorial, I'm wanting to be as precise as possible. So we'll do our Boss AI Server and drop it under Boss AI Handler. So now it's a child of this. Okay, create Boss Geo custom property. Add Boss Geo onto the Boss AI Server script as a custom property and rename it to Boss Geo. Okay. That was this one. We had the Boss Geo. So make sure you're on the script. Grab the Boss Geo. Make it custom property and then rename it to Boss Geo. Add boss geo onto the AI servers because of boss geo. It's already boss geo. How would we rename it? Let's make sure. Okay, property and rename it to boss geo. It's already boss geo, bro. Boss geo, cause it's the boss. Create shoot parameter custom property. Add shoot parameter onto the boss AI server script as a custom property and rename it shoot parameter. So that's the trigger that we made, is the shoot parameter. So the trigger now needs to be a custom property. So we'll drop it here, custom property. So now we have two. Does it say to rename that, or shoot parameter? Should be fine. It is. We don't have to rename it because it's already named. It's just making sure. Shoot parameter. Okay. Edit boss AI server script. Now this server script looks a little deep. Not sure I can go through the whole thing of explaining it because I am not that much of a programmer. That's why I'm going through this tutorial. Edit the boss AI server script and place the following code onto the following file. So we have local activity handler, which is a script.parent. So that's going to be, okay. So that's not one of these, but that's going to be the activity handler. I guess that's going to tell everything what to do. The boss geo is the geo that we have in the room. The shoot parameter is the trigger. Current target, the AI is focused on. So at first it's not going to focus on anything. So local target equals nil. So the variable target is non-existent. Targets in range of the AI, local shoot target equals a table or a library, or so our variable shoot targets at something will be added to this. Right now it's empty as well. So if a player enters the shoot parameter of the AI, that is the trigger, then add them to the shoot targets table. That's this table here. So when they enter the trigger, it's going to add them to this empty table. So function on player enter shoot. It's going to look for a trigger and look for a player. So if object is a valid player and player is a player, this is just keeps things so the server understands what to look for and what to wait for. Then table insert shoot targets player. If the player leaves the shoot parameter of the AI, remove them from the shoot targets table. So on player left shoot, trigger player. If object is valid player and player is a player, then for index, value in I pairs, shoot targets. So that's just looking, this is reading this table. So for index, which is the table, for looking for the value, how many are in that table. So for index value in pairs, shoot targets do. If value equals player, then table.remove shoot targets index. If target equals player and object is valid boss geo, then boss geo stop rotate. end break. I'm not sure what break is because I've not used it in a script before. End. So yeah, I could go through and write all that out, but for simplicity of time, and I think I understand most of it, we'll go ahead and copy and paste. Whoa, let's not copy and paste the whole thing. That would not be good. Might have to write it down if it won't. Okay, there we go. Copy. Make sure I got all of it. Okay, so go back to our script. This is not the script we want. This is the script we want, so we're going to open that one. And we're going to paste it. Where's paste? Paste. Okay, so that pastes all of it. And it looks like it's currently clean. Control S for save. So we have it saved. Minimize. Okay. The above code handles detecting when a player has entered the perimeter and left. Okay, it's explaining it after I just explained it. So let's go through and see what it says. Local activity handler script.parent. Because the script is a direct child of the boss AI handler, you can get a reference to the handler by using script.parent. So that means right here. Because this script is a child of the boss AI handler, it's saying that the activity handler is the script dot parent. So it's the script's parent. So this right here, this is the activity handler because it is the script's parent. Go back here. Okay. The function onPlayerEnterShoot. The onPlayerEnterShoot function will insert the player who has entered the perimeter trigger to the shoot targets table. This is used later on by the shoot activity to determine which player becomes the target for the boss to shoot at. Function onPlayerLeftShoot. The onPlayerLeftShoot function will remove the player who has left the perimeter trigger, as they will no longer be a valid target for the boss to shoot at. If target equals player and object is valid boss geo, then boss geo stop rotate. The boss will be rotating towards the target currently selected, but when the target leaves the perimeter, the boss needs to stop rotating until it finds a new target. Using stop rotate will interrupt the continuous rotation that will be done in the shoot state later. Okay, so I was wondering, that is not there yet. Create boss idle state. Okay, this is the default state of the boss. When the boss does not have a target in range to shoot at, then the boss will fall back to this state. In this state, the boss will rotate back to the starting position. You need to create an idle activity and register that activity to the boss AI handler. Create activities table, local activities. So I think what's that saying is we need to do, this table will be used to store the activities for the state that an AI handler on. Okay, now it kind of lost me. you need to create an idle activity and register that activity to the boss AI handler. Does that mean I need a new script or put that in the current script? This table will be used to store activities for the state that will be used to the AI handler later on. Create idle tick function. Okay. The boss does not have a target in range shoot at, then the boss will fall back to this state. In this state, the boss will rotate back to start. You need to create an idle activity and register that activity to the boss AI handler. Okay. So yeah, we're not creating a new AI debugger. So yeah, it's gonna be in here. Local activities. So I'm just gonna put it right here for now. Local activities. Equals a table. Idle table. Okay. Equals table. Oops. ID idle. Idle equals. Whoa, what am I doing? How'd I jump down there? Fingers are going all over the place. Okay, local activities, idle table. I'm not gonna save it yet because I think it wants us to do more. Okay, create idle tick function. So function activities idle tick, activity delta time, activity priority. The activity tick function runs every frame, even when that activity is not the highest priority. In this case, for the idle activity, you want it to be the highest priority when the game starts. So the boss starts out in the idle state. Okay, so function activities.idle tick, that's the name of the function. It's looking for the activity table and delta time. Delta time is how many frames per second your computer is running. Activity.priority is the highest priority 100. So we'll copy that and we'll go ahead and paste it. So this is a local variable. Usually variables you keep at the top. I guess I could have put it under one of these, but you usually want to keep your variables and your functions separate. So this is a new function. Let's go ahead and drop it down here. Paste it, function activities idle tick. It's not calling it yet. It's just writing the function. Okay. And then idle start function. Function activities.idle start activity delta time task.wait 0.5 seconds. Auxiliary mic, so my headphones died. Oh, that's what she did. I didn't even notice. She took my camera off.
What happened?
She pulled the camera off. So the camera's been laying there for the last, I don't know, 20 minutes.
Where was it? You sitting there recording me?
No, it was recording the ceiling, basically.
Okay.
So, alright. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get, hopefully, to the end of this section and then stop it. Okay, each time the idle activity becomes the highest priority start function. So we're creating this function here. We'll copy it. And we're going to put that under this function. So we have a couple new functions. Okay. Add activity to handler. Activities need to be added to the handler. This can be done by looping over all the activities in the activities table created in step 1. But that looks like that should be part of a function for K and A in pairs activities. Do activity handler add activity K activities K in. Test the game. It didn't say. Not sure if I can just put that in its own place here. A for statement. Add activity. It doesn't look like it likes that one. Probably gonna get an error. Okay, control save and test the game. Go to event log, push play. Oh, we don't have an error. I don't know what this guy's doing. It's not doing anything. I can't even hear that. Oh, because this. Well, good news is I didn't get any errors. Bad news is I don't know if any of it worked. Because I didn't see the boss move at all or do anything.
Earbud fell out of my ear and went in the couch. Of course. Why wouldn't it?
Okay. Well, here we go. The boss will not do anything because it does not know who to target. So it will be in the idle state constantly because it is the highest priority activity. In the AI debugger, click on the, okay. Click on the Boss AI handler to see the idle state listed. In the AI debugger, click on the Boss AI to see the idle state listed. That's here. No. Oops. In the AI debugger. Oh, did I create an AI debugger here? Window. Select a handler.
I have an ethical obligation to present you with your best legal options, which is what I'm doing. I haven't even got it down to 6 years yet. You should only be so lucky.
AI activity handlers.
Well, it might be nice to have some hint of the facts before.
Look, we've got vehicle search, we have container in the trunk. You've done this in your sleep, Lindsay.
So why can't you take care of it?
I just don't have your gift for constitutional
Boss
analysis.
AI handler enabled.
Oh, yeah.
I observed the vehicle to be weaving in an erratic manner. I suspected the driver to be under the influence of alcohol or other substances, and I pulled him over.
And when you went to the car?
I smelled the slight odor of marijuana, and I saw some marijuana seeds on the console.
And what did you do then, Officer Trimble?
I placed the suspect under arrest, and I searched the vehicle incident to the arrest. That's when I found the cocaine in the trunk of the vehicle.
Were there any other occupants in this vehicle, sir?
No, there were none.
And did you check the registration on this vehicle, sir?
I did. The defendant was listed as the owner.
Thank you.
You pulled him over on suspicion of DUI,
That is correct?
and you detected a slight odor of marijuana,
Yes, I did.
which told you what?
That he had probably just finished smoking some marijuana.
Shoot parameter.
Then you opened the trunk, saw the briefcase,
That's correct.
and you opened the briefcase, discovering cocaine. Is that what you were looking for? Cocaine?
This was just a general search incident to the arrest.
So you didn't say to yourself when you smelled the pot, boy, we got a big drug dealer.
No, I did not.
It was kind of an innocent search. You were surprised to
All
find that
right.
cocaine?
I was not looking to find cocaine, that is correct.
Boss
And when you
AI
opened that
handler.
container,
In
did
the
you say,
AI debugger, click on the Boss AI handler.
Trunk. Nothing.
So that didn't seem.
Witness may step down.
Okay, so I don't have the handler here.
He's a strict constructionist.
Can we conference, Your Honor? He had no right to go into the trunk. Wimbledon versus Superior
When
Court
did a
establishes casual users
boss
and drug
damage
dealers. His office
object?
Okay,
investigation
kitty.
was clear. He concluded
I
my
know.
client was smoking pot in the car.
People and their
casual
stupid
use.
fireworks.
That entitles him to search the car, not the trunk.
First of all, she's hiding in California.
I'm
Kids.
pretty
California
sure
judges themselves are casual users.
Did
Fine.
that.
You want more precedent? U.S. versus Nielsen, 10th Circuit, 1993. Officer smelled burnt marijuana. Car search okay, trunk not okay. U.S. versus Seals, 5th Circuit. And here, you really wobbled. He not only went into the trunk, he opened a container.
Boss Geo, Boss AI
You want me to go over all the
server,
cases saying that the search is constitutional? Because I can do
and
that.
No,
script.
I don't. Look, I've been cut back to one law clerk, and I'm not going to waste 2 weeks of her time researching this pimple. I'll certify it to appeals. You can draft your
Okay,
briefs.
Mabel.
Because the script is direct child of the Boss AI
Such a
handler.
small amount of coke, I hardly think it's worth the time.
So, what then?
Well, let's plead him to the miss on the marijuana. Also, plead guilty to the DUI. I'll continue the cocaine charge without a fining for a year. He's a good boy, then a accountable
It disappeared when I played.
I'm not thrilled about junk and cocaine possession.
I understand, but let's be real.
I
Even
know.
Scalia might squirm on this one.
Shit's freaking
He did
out.
no blood test, by the way.
Alright.
So you could even have trouble with the marijuana.
Fine. Whatever.
Boss
Come
AI
on, Mabel.
server.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Go and be good citizens.
I know. Fireworks going on tonight.
It's criminal law. You're pretty good at it.
Gee, thanks.
I guess whoever pays, right?
Alright.
Because the script is a direct child of the boss AI handler. Okay. Edit the boss edit the
First, sticking the trademark injunction.
shoot.
Bob's been here 3 times. Last one, traffic court. Guy hasn't coughed up a word.
Yeah, I know you're gonna be able to sleep tonight.
By the way.
Boss AI server script. Create AI handler in this section. Open AI debugger from the window. Select boss damageable object in the hierarchy.
What was that?
AI debugger. Rename the activity handler to boss AI handler.
Susan Alexander. We've been working her to get Lyle Roberts cut down to 6 years. No, but Bobby says she's more responsive to female attorneys, except for me, because we don't get along. But
She has
With the
armed robbery.
You're gonna owe me again.
with the activity boss AI handler. With the activity handler created, you'll be able to create activities with a script that registered to the handler. Yeah, this disappeared.
You want me fired? You're gonna get me fired because you're creative and you're talented.
Okay.
Yeah, it used to be here. What the heck happened? Window AI debugger.
Oh, look at her eyes.
Create new handler.
You still got those blueprints.
Her eyes are fully dilated.
Space next year.
Freaking her out.
Dust them off. I can't roll them out on this tobacco case, but construction
Space
next to us is
So noisy, huh?
Rename the new activity handler to boss AI handler.
70. A nickel more. It's a point over prime, and you pay this. Thank you. Thank you. Why do you keep doing
Boss
this?
AI.
Ropes, Goodwin, Sullivan. Take a nice fat paycheck.
I can't spell.
Keep looking over your shoulder for creditors or
Handler.
looking to kill you.
H-A-N-D-L-E.
H-A-N-D-L-E-R.
Listen to your dream for 7 years.
Okay, boss AI handler.
I got people counting on me. I got associates looking to be paid.
Okay, close that. Boss AI server.
Eugene, she's advertising
Full
in the first place. How could
save.
she not be honest?
I'm not saying she should lie. But she could have put her on chin. What would you have told her?
Huh, and then it disappears. That's weird.
Ship shape.
Ship shape.
You got a tape recorder? Have a listen.
And then it's gone. That's weird. Okay. Wonder if the new update changed something. Create new handler. Boss AI handler. Okay.
That man is gonna kill me. I know it.
Open script generator. Create new handler. Cancel.
State, not just federal. Even the judge was backpedaling. She is a keeper.
Yeah, I had a hunch.
What the hell is dying in here?
Jimmy, what's up?
What? A friend can't say hello?
What are your problems as a lawyer, Jimmy, with your lousy poker face? What are you doing here?
Hey, you're asking my bank to float you 70 G's. I felt I'd better take a glance at the plank I'm walking.
Especially since your TRW is growing a fungus.
You agreed to the loan. We have an oral on this.
Hey, I ain't backing off the loan. But I got superiors. They're gonna be asking questions. Felt they better take a look-see.
What the hell do you think you're doing? I warned you, Mr. Parks.
So you embarrass me in my place of business, having my wages withheld?
I did that.
Who the hell are you?
Sing goodbye.
Bunch of comedians, huh?
Okay, that time it didn't disappear.
To him outside the presence of counsel. That's why it's behooved.
You are not gonna get my coat.
I'll make this quick. Most of my clients are criminals. Some of them are broke and even have to pay in trade. So much as go near your ex-wife again. Drive by the house, leave a funny message on the machine, whatever. I will be dispatching 2 of my delinquent accounts.
Maybe I needed this
tops of your kneecaps.
down here. Okay, so what did it want me to do down here? Because I didn't see either one of these. In the aid, click on the Boss AI handler to see the idle state listed. Boss AI activity priority, idle.
Excuse me, Jimmy. Eugene! A moment.
AI activity handlers enable. I don't see either one of those.
Self-help. Husband threatens the wife. Judge won't restrain. I don't want to take chances. The guy smells like a bomb to me. You're a lawyer, Eugene, not a PI anymore. You want to be taken seriously as a lawyer. This firm wants to be taken seriously in the legal community. That kind of crap does not help this practice. You got that?
I got it.
Bobby, your hookers in here.
Clients, remember?
Yeah, client. They're here.
Sentiment. Salutations.
Okay, well, control save, make sure this is saved, control save. So I'm gonna stop it for now, and I'll try to continue working on this another time. Hopefully I'll get it working. So thanks for watching. Have a good night or day.
She's freaking out.